Warning: the following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on the show are reflective of AJ Orsini and his guests exclusively. But seriously, guys, the show's called Uncensored. If you got a problem with bad language, I really don't give a shit.
Hi, everybody. This is Todd Pettengill with another episode of How to Order Pay-Per-View. Remember when it used to be a hassle? Oh, it was so crazy. You'd call this number, you get some Russian girl on the other end. First day on the job, right? You want to order what? Hang on a second. Put you on hold. She's fumbling through. Then you get all these complicated directions. It's not like that anymore. Really, it's simple. I'm no brain surgeon. I had trouble with it before. Even I can order it now. Here's what you do. Find your cable bill. Thank you. Cable bill. Locate the telephone number of your cable system. Then pick up your phone. Excellent. Dial the number that you just found on that cable bill. Put the ear to your phone. Wait for a response. When they say hello, say, yes, I'd like to order the WWF Survivor Series. They will respond with a, thank you, you are connected. Pardon me? I'm connected? You mean I don't have to do anything else? No. That's how simple it is.
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy. This is your main man, your Jack Soul brother from another mother. This is AJ Orsini, and I am your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and I am here at the precipice, the apex, if you will, of the evolution of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. I told you guys I had a lot of shit on deck for you guys coming up. You guys just heard the brand new intro. You guys heard that cold open. There's a lot of shit going down. I told you I'd have a new opening, new segments, new things to discuss, new things to talk about, new. There's a lot of new shit going down here on Orsini's Uncensored Mind. We are now episode 75. That is 3/4 out of a dollar, folks. We are approaching 100. I'm sure we'll be there. Was that 25 weeks? That's about it. Do the math here. About 6 more months left before we hit our 100th episode. And I did not want to wait until 100 to start changing things up and start making things a little bit more special. And I'm glad to say that I am not alone here on this trek known as episode 75. Lots to discuss. I did say we have some new segments to get to. He's making a ton of noise in the background. Let's bring in our guest. He is returning to Orsini's Uncensored Mind. It's been a while since he's been here. I've been trying to get him here by himself. I tried to get him for the Royal Rumble Roundtable. Hasn't seemed to work out, but today is the day. February is the month of love. It is my birthday month, and I have been given a gift. I am here with Mr. Ian Elimeliah, whatever your last name is. What was your last name again?
Ellie.
Mel.
Ugh.
That's right. It ends in Klingon. I forgot.
Elimeliah. Say it with me, everybody.
Elimeliah.
Say it with me all together. Ellie. Mel.
I'm going to use this episode to practice.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a good.
How's it going, man?
It's all right.
How you living,
I'm good.
brother?
I'm happy to be here.
I'm
I
glad.
live very far from you. If people don't realize how far Brooklyn and Queens can be,
especially on the ends that we're at, because I just moved even farther away from you.
Oh, on purpose, just to screw me over.
I just found out before I went on the air, because I've been talking about me moving in the new house of O and all that stuff.
It's beautiful here.
You just recently moved yourself.
Oh yeah,
I found that out today.
You
like,
moved further.
Shit.
I just moved across the street.
Yes, you did.
All I needed was a room, and that's all I needed. We all have children that need rooms.
I was going to
that
say,
are growing, and
your
they
wonderful,
don't stop.
Beautiful daughter now has her own room.
Beautiful little Scarlett. My beautiful Scarlett.
She now has her own room, and finally she has some peace and quiet.
You guys talk to her, I'll kill you.
Now she can close the door on you and get away from your nonsense.
Dude, she's been opening the door, slamming the door, and we have those little things that cover the knob.
Right.
Does nothing.
Does nothing. She circumvents the security.
Oh, I want the people who make this knob thing to come over and watch their failure.
Yeah, I want them to come over here and slob my knob.
And then I'll just point at them and just say, "Look at what you did."
Wait, you have to have her do it and then point to the act. Look at this.
Rub their nose in it.
Look at your failure.
You made money off this, you piece of.
My son refuses to close that door. That door is never closed.
Well, at least
it's closed right now because we're here doing what we got to do.
But at least you know what he's like. He's open and honest. He's not a hidden figure.
There you go. He's not a coward.
He's not a coward.
For those of you,
Matty Mings.
Yes.
If
For those
anybody
of
knows
you who were
Matthew
curious
Ming.
as to why I kept doing that hashtag cowards, he's one half of the reason.
I'm not going to say anything. There's two others. But
this is uncensored.
The real one that really needs to be called out is that Matthew Ming.
You and Matty Ming are the cowards. How'd the whole coward thing start?
Oh, Daniel Bryan. What do you mean?
What was that? Brian and Miz?
Oh, it was the first thing he started. It was the hint of heel.
Yeah.
The hint of heel. You're a coward.
You're a coward.
You know us Daniel Bryan fans know when to perk up, and that's when you perk up when he's real. You're a coward.
That's right.
So
now everyone's fickle now.
No, they're fickle, but somebody else took over the Daniel Bryan persona within the group of WWE 2K19 tournament play where Matthew Ming is a coward. Oh, this cat's terrible. You don't even want to know. I could talk all night about that, but we're not doing a podcast.
He's gonna retort in some way, though. I'm sure.
He does not deserve any more time.
Well, I've had the privilege of having him on the show by himself, and now I've got you here on the show. And I made
shots fired.
I made mention of doing some new things on the show. I want to open up the show because there's a lot I want to talk to you in particular about because you're a very opinionated person. You're a very opinionated person, and you know a lot about the mainstream and the not so mainstream. You're a very indie guy.
No, I'm both.
I said you're both. I said you know.
Oh, you said I'm a very indie guy. Yeah, I mean, I'm a very. I'm a
you're an indie guy, but at the same time, like you do follow exactly. So you got a lot of opinions and shit that I definitely want.
I have a lot of love, though. I don't have a lot of negativity. When I see negativity, I'll point it out. But
it doesn't have to be perfect, man. That's all right. It's a yin and a yang. Is the pro wrestling business.
Jimmy Wang Yin Yang
with the cleanest wife beater of all time. He used to wrestle like 15-minute matches, and that wife beater would still be fresh.
Oh, dude, fresh.
The guy was such a great wrestler.
Because he's cool.
Yes, exactly.
He's Elvis, baby.
He keeps all his stuff. Didn't they with the Luke Harper white tee, a complete opposite of the Jimmy Yang Wang one.
No, because his character needed to sweat. See,
but
Jimmy
Wang
Yang was such a good character actor.
Jimmy
would hold it in.
Who could hold it in?
Jimmy Wang Yang.
Oh, he held it in. He can refuse to sweat until just after the match. He has to disrobe it, and it all comes off of him.
Oh, dude, like a waterfall. Like TLC starts singing right behind him. They're chasing them waterfalls.
Yeah. It turns out they were the scrubs all along.
Oh, wow.
But let's get to one of those. I kept promoting the idea of doing something new. I definitely want to do something new here, and I'm going to open up with the first brand new segment here. We're going to do a top 10. That's right. We're going to do a top 10. I was going to do some sort of audio thing. I just might. Hold on. Let's pause for a second and see if I can edit something in. 10. Okay, so hopefully at this point something cool really happened. I'm going to edit this and
that was really cool to see it like human person.
Post-production.
Can you do that again and add something in there?
Okay, here we go. We're going to cut this so that we can see if we can edit. 10. There you go. See,
holy crap, there's going to be post-production happening.
There's going to be post-production taking place because I do post-production now. Wow. There's going to be a jingle, a whole deal. It's going to be nice. Anyway, we're doing a top 10, and for the first top 10, I decided to do something a little bit more nostalgic. All right, I wanted to hit a space of WWE fandom that probably hasn't been touched in a long time, you know?
Giggity.
Yeah, it's like an old what do they call them? Gilfs? Old grandmothers that like the fuck
That's
type
not a
deal.
thing.
It's a
Nobody
thing.
wants to do
Dude,
that.
Urban Dictionary, baby.
Are you gonna do double G gilf, then triple G gilf, then like
Raise the bar, baby. Come on.
Nobody's raising any bars if you keep adding any more G's, dude.
So I definitely want to do a different top 10. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the day. This I know for sure I have post-production for. We're going to do a top 10 best WWE in your house pay-per-views.
How cool is that?
Yeah. You like
Your
that
house
song,
was
right?
awesome, dude.
In Your House, to me, is like a forgotten part of the process here.
Dude, they gave away a house. Who does that? They're like, yo,
I missed the
watch our
entranceway of
show.
the house.
We'll give you a house.
Yeah, they did a few winners for that, right? Like the first two
they
pay-per-views.
stuck with it for 3 years
Yeah.
or so, 2 or 3 years.
No, about 2 or 3 shows, not 2 or 3 years. Jesus
But
Christ!
I thought it was in your house like 1 year, then it came, then it really got rapid.
It was the in between, so it would be like the Royal Rumble.
I thought it took
in
a
your
little
house.
bit to like pick up speed.
No, it became. They were following the WCW model of the pay-per-view every month deal. So they had Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. That was the deal. So what happened is that
of course,
they
I
did a
remember that.
February
VHSs,
show.
baby.
So In Your House would be February in between Rumble and Mania. You'd get an April one and May one. June was usually around this time. June was King of the Ring.
I just, from memory, I
A
don't
July
feel like
one?
it was so like. I felt like it was slowly rolled out. You get that one. Hey, we gave
In
away
the
a
big-
house.
in the big-
Then
I wish I
two,
had the
we
list
gave
in
away
front of me,
another
but
house.
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I wish
Then
I
no
had
more
because
house.
I have my list in front of me, but the
They
official list.
stopped with the
I would
houses.
love to get the dates on that because I think it was. I think you had like the one In Your House. I think it was like maybe like a July or something, and then you didn't get it again until like December or some shit.
And then it really.
And then it
picked
became
up.
the every month deal, right? But I just want to look this up one last time here.
Look at him typing. What a fast typer.
I am very talented in many, many fucking different things. Here we go. We have dates now. I have dates. It's right here. So, yes, you're right. So the first one was May 14th, 1995, Syracuse, New York. In Your House 1 premiere. We didn't get another In Your
was
House
so
till
crazy.
July. So it went from May to, well, King of the Ring. Right? So you got July,
Yeah.
the 23rd in Nashville,
Yeah,
Lumberjacks.
King of the Ring kind of slipped in there, right?
Yeah, King of the Ring was June.
Sneaky,
So now we have
sneaky.
SummerSlam in August, September. No, it was every month. It was the in between, bro. Look, see, it's right here. September was
Because
the
I
third
remember
one.
my mom being pissed having to pay $30, like just for.
Well, the In Your Houses were the cheap ones when it first started, wasn't it? It was like
They were like,
it was like
$20,
like $20, like
1995.
1995, something like that, right? Whereas the big ones were like $29, $39.95.
It kind of ruined the fact that you had to pay $30 for the other ones. That kind of hurt, man.
Mm.
Because I mean, single parent, it was hard to finagle.
They
that
were also
every
shorter
single
pay-per-views.
month.
Some of these were like 90 minutes, 2 hours, as opposed to like
They
your
felt like a
3-hour pay-per-view.
little closer to a house show.
These were the
little
original
bit.
NXT takeovers.
Yeah, they were, but they weren't as good. They
No,
weren't as
not
good.
nearly as good. No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
there was a lot of fat. We were talking a little bit before this, and I don't want to, tell anybody anything.
That's
but
fine,
there's
yeah.
some things we'll be arguing about coming
Yes,
forth.
and
Let's just go with that, and we'll
people
move
were
forward.
anticipating that there would be. So as we were going over the show beforehand,
fight,
we were
fight.
already arguing. So this should be interesting. So I'm going to kick
That's
off
all
my
I know
list.
how to do.
I'm going to kick off this list.
That's all
my
I got.
10th. I labeled this the 10 best In Your House pay-per-views because I think I'm going based on my own opinion. Let me just state that for the record right now. I'm stating all these things for my own opinion here. Ian's got different opinions
And
about
I'm
it.
a person that judges people on their own opinion.
Yes.
With my opinion.
It says something about you, your opinion.
And I judge hard.
Well, judge away, my friend. Here we
Savage.
go. Number 10 on the list. I'm going to take you all the way to Valentine's Day, February 14th, 1999, Memphis, Tennessee, in the Pyramids. St. Valentine's Day Massacre is actually one of the last In Your Houses that ever took place.
But that was a big one, wasn't it?
It was kind of a big one. That's
what she said.
The two, not mine. She said it definitely was. She was very sure. There was no probable. There was no kind of. It wasn't on the edge there. It was above the average. St. Valentine's Day Massacre In Your House, February 14th, 1999. I already said all that. For me anyway, two of the reasons why I think this pay-per-view was on there. Overall, I felt it was a solid show. You got your main event, though. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, the culmination of a feud. The cage match finally takes place between them. The Rumble was just yet a
that
tease.
stuff so much.
See, here's the thing, the reason why I like it so much. Because usually when feuds between wrestlers and non-wrestlers take place, the payoff is usually not dead great.
Like, I'm about a second away from arguing about the Shane McMahon stuff going on right now. I hate. It's cool they get beat up. There's one match, two matches.
This is what a time when it very rarely happens. We're killed
dude,
about it now.
He really started getting into it.
Yeah, but
he
this
really
was
kept
1999.
wrestling.
We're tired of it now in 2019. He won that Rumble, didn't he? The one right before that, 99.
Oh, man, dude. Vince to win a Rumble kills me.
Vince to win the title later on that year.
Kills me, dude. Like, it's
Did
just
it kill
such
you
a
then?
waste of a character.
Did it kill you then, though? 1999.
Yes.
It killed you
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
So you're not just saying that in hindsight.
I'm feeling it from 99, absolutely.
Okay,
because I
your
always
PTSD's coming
find them
back?
to be a waste of being in a match. They don't, one time, two times, okay.
This was the one time. This was the first time.
No, then it started, and it was a
Okay,
lot.
so you're mad at what happened, but that particular
They
match was
really
one
put
match.
the oil of McMahon down our throat, man. With
The
him and
oil.
that. Like that, I'm still tasting it, and so much so that
You're
I
still
really
tasting it because the McMahons are
hate
still
that
giving it to you.
Shane is there and taking a spot.
Tag team champions right now.
But let's go back to what we're talking about.
Right. Well, you're mad at what happened after the fact. I'm putting this on there because of
the
what
way
it meant
the-
at the time.
The match ended like in a big way, wasn't that the Big Show?
Big Show's debut. Yes, absolutely. There
that
is
they did
also
nothing
one
with
forgotten thing about this pay-per-view that I think people need to appreciate. This is another reason why I made my list. Bob Holly and Al Snow in the Mississippi River. You remember that one? The hardcore match? You don't remember?
That.
Dude, this is why I'm bringing this shit up because I don't think
That
people
sounds actually
remember it a lot.
amazing for the
It was
hardcore
it was the
freaking
hardcore
championship,
championship match. It started in the ring. It went to the backstage area. All the stuff that we normally see with the hardcore matches. I guess they had gotten tired of the formula or whatever, and they start fighting outside the building. Again, not something too crazy, but they start getting into the woods and shit. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And they're in the water taking moves.
That's amazing.
There's a backdrop going on. He tried to drown him for Christ's sake, and then he pinned him in the mud. and then they followed him, and they followed him like run back into the building. He goes like through the garage area, back to the ring to go get his belt. Like they filmed the whole fucking thing.
Oh,
I'm like,
dude.
this is great. That was one of the greatest
That's amazing production.
WWE version of a hardcore matches I have ever seen. That was crazy.
Their hardcore division was their best at the time. I thought that was the most. It was like their cruiserweight division in a way, you know, but not to say cruiserweight, but the most fun division where there was so much flexibility and people could kind of relax from the top, and there were cooler characters. Like all of ECW was involved, and just people popping in, and the referees would win.
Crash Holly is a god in the hardcore division.
Dude, that was wonderful, man. That's why people are demanding it to come back. It's such a thing, like a television title. You have to fight every time we're on TV. You gotta defend. How great is
that
Defend?
championship?
That's why I thought the Zack Ryder internet title was going to happen, and every week he would fight on the internet, but it never happened.
Never became a thing. Neither did Zack Ryder. Never really became a thing. He should have.
We got a chance now. I have hope in the guy. I really have. I always have hope for that guy because he's always trying. He's always innovating, and he is the reason why there is a WWE network. There's a reason why he's done all the YouTube stuff. He is so way ahead of his time. The problem is when you're the first person to do something, you get stepped on by the big man, and everybody else tramples on you after that, and they take it all and they forget about you. But Zack Ryder, I remember you.
Feels like you've been holding that one in for a minute.
No, because it's messed up. He's innovative. Yeah. He is a top guy.
So we're going to move on to number 9 now. Number 9 to me. Again, this is all my list, guys. You guys feel free to make your own list. Matter of fact, you guys want to send me your list. I'd be curious to hear what those lists would be. But number 9, In Your House, Mind Games. September 22nd, 1996, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Core State Center. Again, this is one of those pay-per-views for me. I'm going to get more specific as we get higher up because there's bigger reasons for different shows. But this one, Mind Games, to me, this was a breakout match, and for me anyway, a breakout match for Shawn Michaels. This is just not my opinion about it when I first saw it. This was coming from Shawn. That match in particular is one of Shawn's favorite matches of all time with Mankind. It was a barn burner, 26 minutes. Jose Lothario, Paul Bearer ringside. Shawn Michaels and Mankind break that entire ringside area apart. They burned that whole building down that night. Do you recall this matchup? Do you recall
I
this
wish
show?
I had a better memory. I know I've seen it. I saw that whole run.
That was the
but
one where
man,
he took like the backdrop on the concrete, and Sean puts the mat over him and just starts stomping it head into the fucking stuff.
wish I
We
could
got
remember
like
it in more detail, but
hardcore,
jeez.
angry fucking Shawn Michaels on that one. A new dimension to the gimmick, if you will.
But I love that they got somebody of a Mankind Mick Foley nature working with a Shawn Michaels, who Mankind used to feud with a Sting or a Ric Flair.
For similar reasons, though, it was always to get that guy over as a almost like a tough guy.
Well, I
because
mean,
Mick, you can just beat up.
Who made The Rock, my friend?
Yes, exactly. Well, no
Mick
doubt
Foley.
about that. Yeah,
You'll never forget that.
And that same, they ran the, how ironic, how curious is it that almost that identical run 2 years later for Triple H, almost the identical situation. Worked the gangbusters for The Rock.
But dude, I mean, really, Mankind. I mean, for Shawn Michaels, for Triple H,
Put
for
him
all
over.
these,
Put him over
dude,
great.
for Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. I mean, really made the New Age Outlaws who they are. He got them melded together through that feud.
I can't think of a feud that Mick was in that he didn't get the guy over like $1 million fucking bucks.
No, man, he can do anything. With
I mean,
nothing.
he tried to get Al Snow over as a mean. That didn't work out too well.
Can we give a lot of credit to these wrestlers out of Long Island? I think we're back to back Long Island guys here.
There we
Zack
go,
Ryder
shouting out here.
Yo, man, like seriously, Mick Foley, I really believe is one of the best storytellers. Even if he just picks up a book and starts reading to his storytelling is just incredible, and I think it rubs off on the people he works with, because really Shawn Michaels from there, really his storytelling in the ring had become something. He wasn't just a wrestler like we say, oh, Dolph Ziggler could sell, wow, wow. Shawn Michaels goes in there, like Bret Hart used to go in there, chop down a Diesel, chop down a Yokozuna, chop down somebody, tell a story.
Yeah, this is the first time Shawn was in a fight.
Yeah.
Like Mick's a
Gritty
heavier
Shawn.
dude than Shawn was, but almost equal
Heavier
height.
than anybody,
Yeah,
jeez.
almost equal
Just
height there. I
dead
think
weight.
Mick might have been like a few inches taller than Shawn, but I mean, that was the first time Shawn, because like you said, Shawn was either in a technical match or a high fly match or like chopping the big tree down, big man, little man. This is the first time where he was just like put to the test as a fucking man.
Well, this is like
It's
a
it's
real
like
monster
fight.
at you that could get you.
Yeah.
Not a slow monster.
That he had to go full throttle on. It was like almost like Shawn. You almost got the sense Shawn would hold back certain things for certain opponents, and for Mick, he just fucking let it go.
Oh man, get those punches in there, get that blood out. That's another credit to the WWF and WWE to the evolution of characters. If you trust within their system, it comes, man. I really think it comes. And I think if he didn't fight the system in that little bit of time that he did, I think he would have been even bigger. I think Shawn Michaels should have been much bigger than he is. I mean,
Considering he's considered one of the greatest in-ring performers
and
of
I
all
think
time.
he would have been. I think he would have been even bigger than Bruno because the time he missed. Remember, he missed time.
He missed 4 years.
He missed the times that he could have been with Ray, Eddie, Benoit.
I didn't miss those times. I just weren't on
No,
separate
like
brands.
really there.
Oh, you mean like his prime against Eddie's
like,
prime
dude,
and Ray's
all of
prime?
them were like sewn together like a quilt when they come in. Jericho and all them, they were a quilt. And they came in as a group, a quilt, and they were a division. They were excellent.
So you're
and
saying
just
you add a
feel,
Shawn Michaels into that, and that's...
Man, they would have all even raised up high. Everybody's up higher.
I think even in the
It just-
even
it's
at the
such a
time period,
loss.
like even older Shawn, like if they would have did like when was the SmackDown 6? It was like 2002.
Excuse me.
About 2002. 2002 was the SmackDown 6 or whatever. 2002, 2003, Shawn Michaels, I think, still would have had some great matches with some of those.
Oh,
SmackDown
they were
guys.
all awesome. Like when he came back, he was awesome. It was really sad that moment in time that chunk was missing, really. And there's a bunch of wrestlers that have those chunks taken out of their story, their storied career.
He was too busy putting Randy Orton and Batista over on the Raw brand.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Batista is now a huge star. The WWE system worked for him.
Yeah, we'll see.
Huge star.
There's another piece of information that comes out of this particular pay-per-view. This was the in-ring debut of Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
He fought Jerry the King Lawler in a 5-minute and 13-second matchup.
It went that
baby,
long?
with the big American flag singlet, baby. He was looking sharp.
Did Jerry Lawler run around the ring that many times?
Oh yeah, no, they did the scramble. He did all the old Memphis shit to get this
love
guy
him.
over.
I
Fucking
love
old
Jerry.
school Jerry right there.
Oh, old school Jerry. There's nothing like him, man. Oh, he was great.
Number 8, we're gonna go back to one of the original In Your Houses. In Your House number 5. This is back when they were numbering them. Seasons Beatings. This was December 17th, 1995. In Hershey, Pennsylvania, the Hershey Park Arena. If you haven't had a chance, I'm literally putting this on this list for one fucking match. If you look at the card as a whole, it wasn't that great a card. But I am putting this on the list for one fucking match. The main event, Bret the Hitman Hart defending the WWF Championship against a very game Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, of course, accompanied by Jim Cornette and his wife, Diana Smith. I was very fortunate. I guess I'm spoiled, which is probably why this match is on this list. I used to get the old VHSs back in the day. I used to possess the greatest of Shawn Michaels and all that stuff. One of the ones that I got was like the best stuff in your house or whatever. This match was on there. I was able to witness the full match. Bret Hart, Davey Boy Smith, a barn burner. For those young ones out there, you want to take some notes and learn some in-ring psychology and athleticism. This is the fucking match. And this is also the controversial match where Bret got the color against the wishes of Vince McMahon. There's an old story that Stone Cold told on his podcast about when Stone Cold was wrestling Bret at WrestleMania 13. They were told specifically no color, no blood, and Bret immediately looked over at Steve and just, yeah, fuck that, just follow me, I got this. And that was when the whole Irish Whip deal happened and whatever. And Bret opened up Austin.
Great moment.
A great moment. It was iconic. They were told right before the match, so Steve's sweating bullets. They go in the back. Vince takes one look at him and just, fucking guys, because what's he going to say? It was used perfectly, absolutely perfectly.
What you going to do, brother?
And Stone Cold didn't have to say anything. Bret was the veteran in that matchup. Bret stood up and said, hey, that was me. If you're going to do anything, do it to me. He ended up doing,
the secret of wrestling.
He ended up doing nothing. How did Bret feel so confident he'd get away with it? Because he did it here first, folks. This was the match against Davey Boy Smith. They were told specifically because it was Hershey Park Arena. This is a kid's place, folks. And they specifically said no blood. Well, Bret saw the bigger picture here because it's being taped. It's on pay-per-view. Bret knew the deal. He was trying to get Davey over as a fucking main event, and they went out there, and Bret was the one who got the color. It was a dope match. Do you have any memory of this match at all whatsoever?
I have no memory of this match, but this is the first time they battled. What was that, the Survivor Series?
No, Wembley. Was it
Survivor
Wembley?
Series or something, 88?
Well, this was at 95.
This is one of the best. When they first fought, that's one of the best storylines that I could ever remember.
Yes.
With Diane. They would always show Diane in the
Which
crowd.
is why they brought Diana back for this.
Dude.
Yeah, she was like a heat magnet, man.
Dude, she was like it. That was like Princess Diana over there. You know, like she was it.
It's
it was
a shame
like
he
one
used
of those
to beat her on a
things.
daily constant. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. It's uncensored. I got to give you the truth.
I'm glad he's
the guy went to jail multiple times for
Really?
alcohol. Oh yeah, he was a big boozer.
I hope
What
you're
happened?
burning
The
in
story
hell,
was
Bulldog.
this is the story. The story was
So
is
both the British Bulldogs.
he
were
was
pieces of
actually
shit.
pretty good. Yeah, definitely. But no. Davey became an asshole over time because of something I'm about to explain right now. Dynamite was born a dickhead. But Davey Boy was actually, everything was fine. You used to see them on the pay-per-views with Diana. Everything was great. The WCW run, when he hurt his back on the Sting plank in the ring, when he had the back injury, he wasn't recovering well. He got hooked on drugs and alcohol, and he was getting violent. And this is not me, folks.
That's when
this
he started wearing jeans
a lot of
and
these.
cutting his
Yeah,
hair.
a lot of these stories are coming from Davey Boy Jr. So don't get at me about these stories. These are his son's stories, not mine. But yeah, so apparently, like when the back injury took place, everything kind of went downhill for that guy. And I mean, there's no excuse to be beating up on your damn wife, but facts are facts, and that's just what
That
it is.
hurts,
like,
man.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't say anything when Dynamite
Like, I
died.
hate
I was
hearing
just like,
these things. It's like our uncles just like dying, you know, and just like going to hell.
well, what kills me is that the arrest took place before he went back to the WWE. So the WWE kind of knew all this stuff was happening, and I guess they figured maybe with us, if he's back under the umbrella, he'll take care of himself again. And it didn't work out so well. I think he actually passed away due to his vices. But this match in particular, folks, you want to talk about because Davey Boy, regardless of his sins or whatever, he was a hell of a performer, a hell of an athlete,
Dude,
and a hell of
he
a
was,
wrestler.
again, him and Bret, That first one,
I actually think him and Owen was actually always a better matchup.
yeah.
I was always a bigger fan. But
Well,
this
I
match
mean,
was really good.
You can mix them all up.
That whole Hart family could wrestle each other 1,000 times.
The only problem with the Hart Foundation was they weren't fighting each other. That's the only thing I found with that. I could watch them all fight forever. Each one of them throwing Pillman, incredible.
Oh, you know what? Undersold there. The Pillman factor definitely is in there.
Dude.
Pillman was an amazing psychologist.
He was one of the first people when I learned WCW was a thing when I was a kid, which blew my mind. He was one of the first people I caught on to with him in Austin. What was it? The Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah.
And he was the guy who caught the eye. It was Flying Brian Pillman, man.
He was always on the top of a lot of people's lists. He could work, could do all kinds of shit.
He could tell a story.
And now that we know how great Steve is, I mean, I think that team is underrated overall.
That
the Hollywood
team is
Blondes.
ridiculous. That was not a Jannetty Shawn Michaels team. That was a successful double. They both got over. They both broke. They both had a singles. They both went back at each other. They told their full-on story. Like, that's what I kind of wish happened for Miz and Morrison, man.
Yeah, actually, looking back on it now, seeing the way that Morrison is doing this thing now, I would actually take them now.
No, that's what I would hope for. Maybe Morrison could finish up what he's doing, and toward the end of his deal, he comes and kind of finishes up, help Miz out, man.
Miz out, dude.
No, you know what I mean by finishing a career story.
Yeah,
you have a story arc. You kind of want to get into it. You maybe bring in a Zack Ryder. You bring in your Dolph Zigglers and your best friends. All these Cincinnati kids, whatever. Get them in there, man. It's fun.
We're moving on to number 7 now. Number 7, In Your House 11. Again, this is back when they were numbering them. This pay-per-view was entitled Buried Alive, October 20th, 1996, in the Market Square Arena of Indianapolis, Indiana. Another pay-per-view here that was solid somewhat, but I take you to this pay-per-view for that main event once again. A lot of these In Your Houses, man, we were making the comparison earlier. A lot like takeovers to an extent where they would just try different things and try talent.
A lot of flexibility.
Here. A lot of flexibility on these pay-per-views, but their main events were always solid. And here we are with
disqualifications.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't want clean finishes on this. You want
tons of DQs.
I would love to compare. And I'm going to take the time to do this one day. I would love to compare those finishes on the In Your Houses to the big pay-per-views right after. Because if we got fuck finishes for the In Your Houses just to have the payoff on the big shows, it makes sense to me.
Oh yeah. Just
but
looking back, it's like wow, that's a lot. Here.
This one is entitled Buried Alive. This was what was supposed to be, I guess, the closure to the Undertaker Mankind feud. It ended in a Buried Alive match.
I hate those matches.
For those of you who are unaware, because we haven't had one in a while, a Buried Alive match is very simple and self-explanatory, folks. A plot of dirt off to the fucking side somewhere with a giant hole in it, where you would beat your opponent to the point where he is incapacitated enough to be thrown into a fucking hole and buried literally in dirt.
So you're saying you would murder somebody?
Yeah, you would commit actual
asphyxiation.
murder on pay-per-view, and you'd main event your show with it. I actually, because I don't think this was the first.
On C-SPAN,
I believe the
them
first
going to
was
jail.
the one he had with Yokozuna. This isn't the first, but to me it was the most brutal because obviously Taker Mankind. And also based on the fact that up until this point in 1995, I had not seen the Buried Alive match yet. This was actually my first experience seeing an actual, and this was the one where like they did the digging and then his hand came out and all that other stuff, and he did the whole doom at the top of the with the screens and all that shit.
As you can hear,
that
I'm not the biggest Taker fan.
That storytelling going all the way in the opposite direction. That takes me to number 6 now. Let's head over to number 6. Take you all the way back to 1996.
Oh, what a great year.
In Your House, number 8. Beware of a Dog. I'm going to list it here. May 26th, 1996. May 28th, 1996. I am not misspeaking, folks. I gave you 2 dates. I'm going to give you 2 buildings, too. Florence, South Carolina, and North Charleston, South Carolina. Why are you naming 2 different places and dates? Is the Jim Beam you've been drinking this whole time finally catching up to you? No, folks. This actually went down like this. They went into Florence on May 26th, had a pay-per-view. We're live, baby. We're doing our thing. Thunderstorm hits. Building loses power. They attempt to continue the pay-per-view, but it is a no-go. They come back to another. Actually, not come back. They go to a whole other city, North Charleston Coliseum. They go there May 28th, 1996, and not finish the pay-per-view, redo the entire show, top to bottom. And from what I understand, if you paid for the first pay-per-view, you did not pay for the second as kind of a reward for coming back to them. And they had a pretty decent show, but they're on this list. But I mean, we had the Savio Vega thing. So the match that was in the ring when the power went out was the Savio Vega Stone Cold Steve Austin Caribbean strap match.
What a match!
Caribbean
what
strap
a gimmick.
match. They're working their match. They're beating the hell out of each other. They're laying in the leather, if you will. And the power goes out. So we go 2 days later. We head over to Tuesday. And do you think we're just going to pick it where we left off? No, sir. We do the whole fucking thing all
Rewind
over
just a little
again.
bit. How awesome was it when they were still fighting in the dark?
Still
the dark
fighting?
happened.
The
and
building
it was
had
like
emergency lights on.
nothing
That was
happened.
it. Yeah, exactly. And
Those
they're
two
still
guys
working.
wanted to beat the shit out of each other. That's character.
They didn't need
That's
electricity
some Daniel
in the building.
Day-Lewis stuff right there, man. That is sticking with it because they kept whipping each other and going at it. I love it. They're wonderful. Savio Vega is so underrated. It's ridiculous.
Overall, I actually concur with that. Despite my personal feelings for the individual, he was he was very underrated in the WWE. We'll take us now over to number 5. See, Beware of Dog was in this lineup because that's unfortunate. That's actually never happened before in WWE. It never happened since, where they cut off a pay-per-view midway to cut it off completely and then replay
Well,
it.
you know, they didn't even cut the show for the Blue Blazer.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
that's some-
You're talking
that's
about Over
some
the Edge, 1999,
savageness.
and I don't know
If
if
anybody
you
wants to talk savageness.
I don't know if you've ever heard the story about that, but like when the whole situation took place, there were 2 matches left: Rock versus Triple H, Austin versus The Undertaker. That's 4 guys right there. Vince went into a room with those 4 guys. I mean, 5 people. They said, do we continue this show or do we shut it down? From what I understand, and I've said this a few times on the show, I'll say it again, and I'll never forget it. That vote went 3-2 in
That's
favor
crazy.
of continuing the show, and I've always speculated myself. I believe the 3 who voted yes, and I'm just saying my own opinion here. Vince, Triple H, and I'm actually going to lean Rock on that. Maybe Taker, not entirely sure. I know for sure it wasn't Steve. I'm torn between either Rock or Taker being that third and deciding vote.
See, I could see Vince not being one of those votes, and I think him letting them work it out.
You don't
and
think
him
Vince?
being for what they would do, just because, man, that's a freaking thing, dude. A dude just died in the middle of your
dead.
ring, brother of one of your top guys, if not
Guys
the
you've
top
traveled
guy,
with for forever.
with this silly gimmick that you brought back that should have been dead. That you're embarrassing this
No pun
guy
intended
with.
on that system.
Oh, dude, like it was just
It
like
wasn't the gimmick that wound up dead.
well, I mean, like really, really, it was just unfortunate. And I'm surprised, you know, even this show still did not go on. I mean, you know, that show did though.
Absolutely.
Scary.
Yeah. Well, they didn't.
R.I.P.
They kept that one going, but Beware of Dog, not so lucky. Number 5 took place in St. Louis, Missouri.
But
the
did you get
Kegel
to talk
Center.
about the Shawn Michaels Bulldog deal that you were about to?
What's that for? Well, no, I'm gonna get into not Bulldog. You're talking about the main event for that show, Beware of Dog.
Yeah,
with Shawn
man.
Michaels and yet another Davey Boy Smith main event.
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight that.
He was
man.
Mr. In Your House,
man.
It was Davey Boy Smith. Him
But
and Jeff Jarrett.
Couldn't get a damn win though.
He couldn't buy a fucking win for nothing on that
He was
show.
the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
of
he
In
was.
Your
I
House.
guess he was. He was.
He's always in the Super
Always in
Bowl.
the main event. Never gets his hands
Never,
raised.
ever, man.
He
Not
lost the
even-
Bret match. He lost the Shawn matches. The Diesel match in there.
Oh man, I'm
He-
sure if they put him
he
against a
couldn't
broomstick, he
buy
would
a
have lost.
bucket. Ice cold on the. he was
man.
always in the mix, but he just couldn't get his fucking hand raised.
He could have been the booker of the show, and he would have still lost.
Oh my god! You know, just to keep the gimmick going,
Oh,
just to
dude,
keep the gimmick
you know
alive.
what? I gotta do it. I gotta lose.
He said, "Oh man, you got the book now. You can finally win." No, guys, it just
no,
wouldn't
I
make
just
sense.
can't.
It just wouldn't make sense at this point. You're cutting me off here. We're at the Keel Center here, St. Louis, Missouri, October 5th, 1997. Now, unfortunately, this pay-per-view, even though it's on this list, and for me it's number 5, we'll get into the positive. Let's get into the negative. That was the first pay-per-view I had ever personally witnessed where Vince McMahon himself had announced a death prior to the actual pay-per-view taking place. We got notified, the pay-per-view starts at 8 o'clock. We were notified literally 8 o'clock that due to unfortunate circumstances, Brian Pillman was found passed away in his hotel room. They announced this on pay-per-view just before we go on the air. And so I always thought, for me, like, I can't think of a worse way to start off a 3-hour show than to tell your fan base that one of their favorite characters in the world just actually died.
But did you think they weren't going to acknowledge it?
Oh, no. I don't have a problem with them acknowledging it. But we've acknowledged deaths during the course of a show. I mean, I'm not saying you wait to the last minute. You could open the whole pay-per-view with, hey, this guy died. Anyway, enjoy. Here's your feature presentation.
Did you want it from, like, The Godfather?
No. Vince himself was fine. If they would have taken that exact segment, copied and pasted it, and threw it somewhere later in the film, I would have been cool. The opening with that. Like, even if you did, like, the opening match and then you just put it out there, like, just to start the show.
Well, now they
so
start
weird.
with the immediate dings. They show the picture and go right into the bells.
Right,
so
yeah.
They kind of don't really, and you kind of got the show going on already, so, you know. And, I mean, they even did Hogan in the middle of the show, and they kept hyping it up. So, you know, maybe they learned from that.
Well, that's how the show opened, folks. The reason why this pay-per-view was on this list is actually mostly because of how the show ended. And that, of course, would be the first ever Hell in a Cell main event for a pay-per-view. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker 45-minute classic. As they say. I don't actually think it went 45 minutes, but that's what they label it. 45-minute classic. We've had about 30 Hell in a Cell matches ever since. I still rate this as one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time, and it was the first one. You can't find two guys with more chemistry than The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and you put them inside of a cell. That was an interesting night. The debut of Kane.
I'm not a very big fan of The Undertaker, but man, when Shawn Michaels
I
gets
got
his
that
hand
from
on
you
him,
earlier.
when he gets his hands on him, they're magic. I mean, certain people, I mean, he's not a legend for no reason. I just personally don't like...
That's fine.
You know, but when they get into the ring together, holy crap, man. I mean, there's a few guys
they just know.
Taker does well with, but Shawn Michaels doesn't do bad with anyone.
Shawn and Taker are like two veterans of the big man, little man thing. Shawn obviously always being the smaller guys.
Those are NWA or AWA guys? I forget. They were way back.
Taker and Shawn?
Yeah, the Rockers
I'm
going to
go AWA on
I think both of them came from there.
Memphis as well, because me and Mark used to go down there.
So they're real old
They go
school.
way back,
We're not talking about young guys.
Like
I mean, they were in their prime.
Like Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty pre-Brocker.
Yeah.
Like when they were just starting out as a team, and then here comes that tall 6'10", curly red-headed prick, Mean Mark.
They were
comes
all
over
around,
here, and they
man.
were all doing their shit.
And they translated it into our generation.
All
where we could
the way.
really and that was the storytelling, man. We didn't even know how South that was.
That to me would later go on. Like, this was like one of the first early stages of their feud, 97. Because remember, it was actually kind of impressive. They had both been on the WWE roster for almost 10 years at that point and had never touched.
Because it's slightly random. How is the pretty boy going to meet the dead man?
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't
You know,
make
that's
sense over
really,
time, right?
You
But
can
here
see how
we
the
are.
hitman could go for the dead man.
Yeah.
You know, that's obvious. But how do you get that pretty boy so far away? Well, they inched it towards each other with the Mankind and the Vader, and you know they really helped develop Shawn Michaels to get him there, so for you to believe it.
Same thing with Taker. I mean, how many times was he fed body after body after body? It was almost like an
Well, he was
amazing
fighting
building.
all these blobs and all these morons.
The monsters that come into the WWE.
Mabel that didn't really work out, and Viscera, and whatever else you want to call him. The Giant Gonzalez.
Yes. This was also the pay-per-view, by the way, folks, where it wasn't this one, that was Ground Zero. But this one was supposed to have, when Pillman had passed away, it was supposed to be the culmination of a feud between him and Goldust, where this was the end of the 30 days that Marlena was owned in property of Brian Pillman.
Who the hell made this?
Do you remember that storyline? It's one of my favorites of all time. Pillman and Goldust, right. These two guys are feuding, and they did the whole deal where Pillman didn't want to do the match with Goldust, and he kept egging him on. And they had a match. It was Ground Zero, the September in your house just before this, where Goldust and Pillman had wrestled each other, and if Pillman had won, he would have earned Marlena for 30 days. And the match finish was Marlena trying to interfere on behalf of Goldust and ended up costing Goldust the matchup. So he like ragdolls her, like treating her like a piece of shit and all that stuff. And then we had the weeks leading up where she's got like, because everyone's used to seeing her with the big hair and the gold outfit. So now she's got like wet back hair with the fucking black leather. And he was like gothing around. It was like a whole deal. Like his attention to detail with this story was just amazing to me as a kid.
So funny. I wish I remember that more, but
So
I remember
great.
such a stipulation. They were mad. They were wonderful. And it was such a sad loss to have him gone because he was a real character, man.
Pillman, right? Yeah, definitely.
And he's another. If we're talking about people with holes in their careers, he should have finished off against Austin. I mean, how many WrestleManias should that have been? Austin versus Pillman.
It's unfortunate because I think he was a really good worker, but I think Pillman would have been. I think Pillman would have been what Mankind eventually was used for. The guy that gets over all these talent, makes him look like $1 million.
No, man, Flying Brian. WWF never had Flying.
No, they didn't.
Brian.
He was a broken down guy by the time he got to the WWE.
He was a character. He didn't get to his
He
next.
changed it up. Yeah.
If he was healthy, he would have gotten to the next evolution. You know, he would have been maybe Flying Brian, Crazy Flying Brian. You know, merge the two characters together. But we never got that, man. We just got this crazy, if you guys are younger, the Dean Ambrose type. You know, this Tasmanian devil, which was awesome. He was telling mostly character stories.
I actually think Dean would be very, very much like this guy, like Pillman, if he had his fucking handcuffs taken off.
Oh,
if he had his handcuffs taken off, he'd be a dangerous motherfucker.
His handcuffs are off. He is leaving, as we all know.
We'll see.
We're going to see.
We'll see.
You have your wish. Let's just see it happen.
We will see.
That's all we got to do is see it happen.
Number 4 on the list, Fully Loaded in Your House, July 26, 1998, Fresno, California, at the Selman Arena. I will forever hold this pay-per-view in my heart. It gave me many, many wonderful memories. This was the matchup with Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock in the dungeon. This is the one that took place in the workout room.
That's ridiculous.
Workout room, no rings, just barbells and tarp.
They're wonderful, man.
That was the most backyard match I had ever seen up until that point in my entire life on pay-per-view. I was like, what the fuck is this? He went down, they walked down from the kitchen into the basement.
It's just genius because it connects you with all your friends and stuff. It's almost like him and his buddy are going down to his basement just to wrestle. Like, how funny is that? You could totally connect with that.
Do you remember anything about this match at all?
I don't remember move for move, but I just remember
forget move for move. I know you remember this.
Just how weird it was.
It's one of the funniest moments I've ever seen in wrestling when Owen Hart basically sets up. It looks like he's going to give Ken a belly to belly, right? So they're locked up belly to belly. Owen's got his fucking arms around him, and he doesn't belly to belly him. He just lifts him straight up into the air, and Ken's head hits the ceiling foam.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Yes, it's like ceiling foam or whatever. So he hits the ceiling foam and he crumbles to the ground.
They've probably done that to each other 10 bajillion times, and that's why he knew to do that.
He sold that shit like he got put through fiberglass. It was the most amazing sell for a foam ceiling I've ever seen in my life. If you do not know what I'm talking about, you need to YouTube this matchup. Owen Hart and Ken. They did the most ridiculous shit. Like, the ending of the match is Ken, I think, arguing with the referee, and Owen just picks up a fucking dumbbell and just clocks this nigga in the back of the head, knocks him cold out. I'm like, this dude just committed attempted murder on pay-per-view.
You gotta realize the Hart family has been doing that for centuries.
Cheap shotting each other with barbells in the back of the skull.
Because that's what family does to each other.
Oh my God.
I'm sure they destroy each other.
I've never laughed. Oh my God. Watching it live, I cannot recall
I bet you none of that was made up, and it was all real moments that has happened within the Hart family.
The match is over too, right? He's got up with a sharpshooter, and this dude's tapping like a bitch, and they fucking call the match, and he raised Owen Hart's head, and you can just see him walking up the steps back into the kitchen. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
He's gonna go eat whatever Martha made.
Don't give him any snacks, Nana.
No.
Nothing.
You go upstairs, and Ken has to just sit there with a cup of water.
And I'm so glad they followed that shit up with the Lions Den at fucking SummerSlam. The fucking Lions Den, the pit. Remember the little metal pit?
I didn't like the Lions That wasn't. I
If
didn't
you're
dig
listening
that.
to the
That was
show
like
right
the
now-
most UFC they got. That was like
That was
UFC
that
deal.
was almost yeah. It was a very
Excuse me,
It was
audience.
a very UFC like look.
Well,
to
because
the
it was
whole
first
deal.
in Owen's zone, and now they're in his zone.
He cracked him with a fucking dumbbell, son. That was great.
I bet you,
gotta-
like Smith Hart did that. One of the
Smith Hart.
Harts did that to each other.
They did.
100%.
I can see. Maybe that's why they call Jim Neidhart the Anvil, son.
Dude, you know
'Cause
when
he
brothers
used to
are
hit him
really
the
tight with
barbells.
each other, cousins are
Yeah.
real
Oh
tight.
yeah. No, I know. When you're
They
really
will
close with
hurt
family,
each other.
you want to permanently disfigure them.
They
for the
will
rest of their
die.
lifetime. They will
They'll be
die.
chipped teeth because you love each other.
They will die. Let's get to pay-per-view number 3, In Your House number 3, Over the Edge in Your House. Not the one that he's referring to where the Blue Blazer passed away. It was the year before that, 1998. The reason why this pay-per-view is on this list and so high up, you people are sleeping. A few minutes ago, I told you guys, if you want to write a book on psychology in the ring, head over to Bret Hart and Davey Boy and that main event I told you about. This main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dude Love, Falls Count Anywhere, no disqualification, blah, 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 is one of the most underrated WWE Championship matches of all freaking time. People
This
are
is
sleeping on it.
Vince McMahon belongs.
Yes.
He belongs.
Vince was in the ring as the referee. Dude Love was the challenger. Stone Cold Steve Austin. We had Pat Patterson as the ring, the timekeeper, and Gerald Briscoe was like the timekeeper or some shit.
So
like
he
that.
was holding the microphone or
We
something.
did this whole deal with Vince and Stone Cold, and we got Taker coming down as the enforcer. He's going to be on Stone Cold's side.
Everybody was down
I
there.
mean, we got choke slams through tables. Vince McMahon giving us the precursor early in the show. This match will only end by my hand. And then they do the deal where Stone Cold fucking knocks this guy out, uses his own hand
How
to count to
great
3.
was that,
and
though,
that
man?
pop at the end when he finally, and then the set. I mean, we don't get sets like this anymore with the cars, the Joe Briscoe cars. So we got backdrops on the hood of cars and
Man.
just stunners with false teeth falling out and shit.
Well, because Austin was so good at it that they just kept giving him vehicles to deal with.
that match to me is the equivalent in pro wrestling of batting 1,000.
But guess who was
Every
involved?
fucking idea they had worked.
Who was
Everything got
involved?
who got involved?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
From Long Island, New York.
That is one of the greatest WWE Championship matches of all time. And by the way, I gave you the stipulations. Those were not the stipulations when the match started. This was the epitome of stacking against the champion.
If you think Baron Corbin came up with this himself,
Yeah.
no, this is all happened
Yeah,
before.
they had Stone Cold,
Old
and then
Vince
the
tactics.
psychology of it, because it's like Stone Cold's fighting Mankind, it's getting crazy. Stone Cold has the advantage. The only thing Mankind could do was cut him off. I think it was a chair. So he hits him with the chair, boom,
Destroys
and,
him.
and everyone looks at Vince like, "What are you gonna do?" And Vince leaves the ring, goes over to I think it was Patterson, and basically told him, "We're now making this a no disqualification match."
Love
and then
it.
they just kept it going. And then that thing was Mick did the neck breaker outside, boom. So he goes for a cover, and Vince does the whole thing when he runs over, and the ring announcer goes, "This match is now falls count anywhere." And you're like, holy shit! Like this was the epitome of stack against
Oh,
the
dude,
champ.
it was the troll of all troll moves. And that's why it's so boring now, because we saw it so good before,
Yeah,
man. That's
well.
when it was like a fine wine.
This was also the pay-per-view, where it's more storytelling here, where the pay-per-view opened up with The Rock sustaining a neck injury and not being able to defend his Intercontinental Championship against Farouk. And he just kept playing it off. This was the pay-per-view where he got pile driver like 3 times, had to cart The Rock out. Complete oversell. This was an overall great pay-per-view. This pay-per-view opened up with Edge versus Owen Hart.
Did it?
Yes, it
See, I
did.
wish I remember any of this
No, I'm
stuff.
telling you, bro. This is why. This is why I'm trying to tell the
memory.
masses. So this
Preach,
number
preach.
2. This is where Ian and myself are finally going to go at it.
Ooh, what do we got?
This is In Your House DX.
Oh my God, guys, okay. Please pull up your Google now. What do we got?
First of all, I
Wiki?
want you to explain to me the negatives you had spoke about earlier.
Dude, if you guys easily go through, because I was told to do my homework before I came here. My God, how many disqualifications? Let's see. 1, 2,
A disqualification count.
3, 4, including the main event. 4 disqualifications happening in the same show. And these are pretty solid matches, too. I mean, the
Solid matches?
Well, the first 3, oh my God, actually, this is terrible. Listen up, guys. I mean, really, get your Wikipedias open for this one.
Now, after each one, I'm going to tell them why, but go ahead.
You got Taka Michinoku versus Brian Christopher.
Okay, that's historic. We're starting off the pay-per-view. We're starting off the pay-per-view historic.
Yeah,
We're crowning
solid.
the first ever new champion.
But
The
really,
match itself was dope.
all right.
Okay, go ahead. What's the next one?
All right, maybe I'm being a little hard on that one because I'm a little pissed off with all these disqualifications. All right.
Okay, right. What's
But the next one really...
By the way, that was a clean pin, that first matchup.
All right.
Michinoku
You
driving.
know, I said I'm being a little hard on that one
right,
because
yeah.
I forget how good Taco was.
Because you're going to win now.
Taco's a beast.
This match is going
Brian Christopher kind of lost it after a while when he became a tag team.
Oh, you didn't like Too Cool?
It was funny when they do it mid-match. That's what I thought was cool, when they bring them the gimmick in mid-match. That's all I got to say.
Second match.
It was consistent. Los Boricuas versus
Garbage.
the Disciples of Apocalypse.
Garbage. That was garbage. Garbage.
Oh,
But
you
that's
ready
the only
for this
garbage one. Keep going, yeah.
Only garbage
That
one?
was the only garbage one,
You
yeah.
tell me that's the only garbage
That's
one?
the only garbage one.
Butterbean
go.
defeated Mark Marrow with Sable.
Let's
by
talk about it.
disqualification.
Let's talk about it. Butterbean, Mark Marrow. First of all, headlines. Headlines.
But
That
why
was the culmination.
disqualification?
That was the with the chair spot. They did the stool. They hit him with the stool at the back.
That's the way
They
Hillary
didn't want,
Swank
they
died,
didn't want
man.
their guys to lose the Butterbean.
That's
You
how-
can't make it look.
Dude, Butterbean should have
believable that
not lost that match. He should have killed him somehow. or gave
Butterbean
him...
didn't lose the match. Butterbean won.
Oh,
because
excuse me.
He got hit by
No,
the chair. Yeah.
he lost by getting hit by a chair.
Well, I
dude.
mean, he's the
I'm
real
saying
loser of the match.
He should have had
but-
like a Hugh Jackman moment where he knocked friggin', you know how Ziggler got friggin' broke his friggin' jaw. I'm not saying break his jaw, but he should have had a pretty fun moment where Marrow looked bad. But Marrow can't look bad because he's Mr. Pretty Boy. Let's say,
Mr. Pretty Boy. It was
Mr.
low on the list
Motivational
this time.
speaker
Go ahead,
can't
next one.
take
Next
a
one,
loss to
next one, next one,
Butterbean
next
to
one,
help
next one.
out things.
First of all, just for the Butterbean point, history, end of the Brawl for All tournament, they brought in a legit celebrity at the time for those tough man contests. It was a good celebrity. It was almost like a Mania move for in your house. I'm just saying.
He was the
usually
Kimbo
when they bring
Slice
in-
of his
that
day,
idea was so
though.
great they brought him back for the following Mania.
Oh,
So there you go.
He was so great. Get out of here, Butterbean. Butter douche.
Next
this
up,
is
more
a
history.
nice name here. The new age
Outlaws,
outlaws
and
here,
Luigi the Doom.
who I think just came together recently.
Yes.
There. Versus the LOD. That's almost LOD 2000, which is scary.
Yes.
And
the Outlaws
guess
came-
how that ended in disqualification.
Yes. In the worst disqualification of all of the times. And I will explain that one as well. See, the reason why I like that match on this list as well is part of the reason why it's such a great pay-per-view. To me, and this is just my opinion, you guys can look back and tell me if I'm wrong or not. This was the last match. I think it was 2 weeks before this pay-per-view. New Age Outlaws pulled a big upset. They had just been put together. They beat LOD for the tag team championship.
They weren't put together. I believe they got together after fighting each other, Rockabilly and him.
They did.
Yeah,
That's how it is. It was like a tour feud, right?
They got together.
Yeah, and then
they weren't stuck together. They fell in love.
Right, but the point is
That was
that
awesome.
They had only been a team.
Great
I
story.
think a few weeks, and then they beat the LOD for the tag team titles on Raw. Steal them, do the whole bit in the cars, drive off. So this was the first title defense of the rematch between these two teams, and to me that was a turning point in the entire tag team division at that time. LOD, the Mystique, everything that we all know and love, the NWA, the Crockett Day, LOD, yada 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 yada. That era ended right here. This was it. This was the passing of the torch, because once the Outlaws won the belts in December here, and they defended it for several months, they ended up becoming one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
I gotta
and that was
disagree with
LOD's
At that
limelight
time,
shining
LOD
away.
was so flat. I don't,
Right, that was it. That was the official end, because they were the tag team champions at that
just
point.
Step on them and walk over them, and that's it, man. That was a sad LOD, and just
That was the end of the LOD.
I just think the amount of disqualifications on one show is ridiculous.
Well, we got more.
The next
Wait a
one,
second.
actually, this match is awesome because I loved how they messed with Slaughter. I thought that was a great storyline. Triple H versus Sergeant
Boot camp
Slaughter.
match.
I will never hate on that because I thought that was so
There you
funny
go.
how
It
they
was
messed
great.
with him.
Go ahead. There's actual
And
match.
that goes back to Shawn Michaels and Triple H messing with him too. They didn't even hook up with the New Age Outlaws yet. So that's
yet.
really awesome. That's original DX.
And this next one you can't possibly have a problem with. The
Poor
return of
Jeff Jarrett gets,
The return of Jeff Jarrett. This was his debut back from WCW.
and it's a disqualification.
They were doing the Kane deal.
disqualification.
It was only a disqualification because Kane
How many disqualifications?
attacked The Undertaker.
Another disqualification. He could attack with the ref turning his head. It doesn't have to be. You could have Jeff Jarrett coming back
But it
from
was the return of
WCW.
Jeff Jarrett.
And he beats The Undertaker with help from Kane.
And the next
The
match,
new Nashville team is what's Kane the mayor of? Knoxville, Tennessee, where Jeff Jarrett comes from. Don't you see? It was everything. Kane. Jeff Jarrett should have been the Union, but no.
the
Disqualification.
union. We already had. We eventually had a union.
Oh my God.
All four of them. You don't remember the union?
No, it was Jeff Jarrett though.
No,
Poor
that was Jeff Jarrett.
He always gets
The
screwed.
next one's historic. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, in our Continental Championship match. The reason why that's historic, in my opinion, that was the first time he drove the truck.
They never have a bad match.
No, The Rock and Stone Cold, no, they don't.
They never have a bad match, so I'll never touch that.
But that was
Rock
the day
Stone
he won
Cold,
the
Rock
he broke the
Triple
truck.
H never have bad matches.
And the main event, Shawn Michaels, Ken Shamrock, wasn't a terrible match, but
Poor
I get it.
Ken Shamrock.
That was it. That was the apex of his
Poor
entire career right
Ken
there.
Shamrock, like the Bulldog. He was Bulldog in this.
Yes,
He was the
was.
replacement for Bulldog.
He was like Bulldog.
It's not fair. It's not fair, man. Ken Shamrock should have had some kind of success, and he gets defeated by disqualification.
Owen Hart interference, the return of the Hart member after the screw
I
job.
feel like
at
somebody's going to
WSL.
name their child disqualification someday.
Anyway, we just went down the little list, baby. That's why this pay-per-view is
my
number 2 for me, baby. Number 2. Also,
Did
it helps.
Russo write this
There's
shit?
one other part of this pay-per-view that is historic that people don't remember. Okay?
These should be like Raw things that happen on Raw, or somebody could turn their head and somebody else just.
Yeah.
You
This
could
happened
get the
on
same story and the
pay-per-view,
same
baby.
effect. This Jeff Jarrett one pisses me off the most, man. You tell me
look,
he couldn't get an Undertaker win?
This pay-per-view. No, not on his debut. What are you, bucking? Not on his debut. No way.
Why
Jeff
not?
Jarrett's
It's not a
the-
debut. It's a return of Slapnuts.
No, Slapnuts hadn't happened yet. Slapnuts was after
Because Kane didn't help him get the win.
that. Because Kane didn't assist Jeff Jarrett. But this
Assist.
pay-per-view had something else special about it. I was there.
Oh, now I see. This whole list was a setup. This is Ashton Kutcher here? How did I get
I've
set
said
up
it
for
twice
this?
on the show before, guys. I was in.
This is the longest path to ever get to a story of him being at a show. I took an hour and a half train ride just to be led into this little story. This was a trick.
Oh no, not at all.
Well, all
Not
right,
at
let's
all.
listen to your
This
experience.
is it. We just went through it. I was done. That's
No,
it.
but what was it like being there?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean,
What was your major memory?
the truck?
The truck.
The truck was the one we took away from it.
Yeah.
The truck. Like, I was hyped at the end when because I was a big mark at the time, obviously. So like when Owen Hart returned, because the whole idea was like they didn't make a formal announcement about it. Some dude in like a black shirt and jeans just hopped the rail, started beating the shit out of Shawn. So like the whole building is filled with who the fuck is
So
that?
awesome.
And it wasn't until he was pulled out, like they went through the crowd. And it wasn't until like the cameraman from the outside got a shot, and it was on the screen, and you're like, "Fuck it, it's Owen Hart! Holy fuck!" So when you watch the pay per view, the attack doesn't actually get a pop. If you look back at the pay per view, there's no pop for the attack. Like the front row's reacting, obviously, because they can see who the fuck it is. The rest of us, we can't tell. It wasn't like now where you have like these big football stadiums out.
Yeah.
They had like one mini screen where the X was. So if you were at the wrong angle, you can't tell. So like most of the building was confused when he went through the crowd and got that shot. fucking building blew up. And when you look back at that pay-per-view, the part where we exploded didn't actually make the air because they had cut it like right after the fight. But once we got a view of who it was, we're like, we fucking went off.
That's so cool.
So that was a good memory, but the truck, bro, the truck. When he fucking, to this day, I'm going to give talking about it. To this day, when he plowed through the sign, like we all thought the sign was going to fall down and like cut somebody in half or some shit. When he came fucking flooding through with that truck and parked that bitch up to the ring and did the whole deal with the middle fingers and coming off the truck, you want to talk about like an aneurysm. Like, could you imagine 7,000 people all having a heart attack simultaneously?
No, I can't.
Like, they fucked the pop I heard in that night for that match. Insane, and then he like wins like the whole beginning
because
of
that's
that
like
match
an
is him.
indie crowd attitude with 17,000 people
17,
instead of 200.
Yeah, so it's like he's the whole beginning
That's
of that
ridiculous.
match. He doesn't even touch the Rock for like 10 minutes because he ends up just taking out the whole Nation of Domination with the one truck. He's Irish whipping. He's doing stunners. You're getting backdropped under the windshield. Like when the match was over, you saw Steve just kind of walk to the back and walk
D-Lo
out.
sells his stuff well.
No one sees them removing the truck. The guy who fucking had to, it wasn't Steve. It was like some local hand.
Yeah.
He came to remove the truck from ringside.
Yeah,
he can't get the fucker through the aisle.
That's awesome.
Because they were using the old school railings, and it wasn't a very big opening. But like he flew through, but like the doors are bent open because he used them on people, and there's glass all over the fucking place. So they're like trying to get this fucking truck through. They were like buying so much time because they still had like Shamrock and Michaels next. So they're like trying to. It was like a whole experience. Like that whole truck. I thought the truck fucked the whole show up for the crew because I was like, Jesus Christ. But as a fan, it's such a dope moment.
I mean, that's like the Kool-Aid Man jumping through the friggin' wall, like, saying, "Oh yeah, man!" Like that's crazy.
Those people who got to experience like the beer truck and the Zamboni, like those live crowds that got to experience that. Like every time I heard them pop, I got goosebumps all over again because I was there for the first one. So everyone after that, like every time he drove a vehicle of any kind out, like even when he did the ATV for a while toward the end,
yeah.
I was like, even then, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like I don't know what it was.
That was really awesome.
It made me love that kind of entrance. So like when Eddie did it or when JBL did it with the limo and shit, like adding that extra accoutrement to your entrance.
I didn't like when they did it because it was so controlled. Austin, he could drive anything. He could literally drive anything into that ring. Even what's his name with his bike wasn't that great. Undertaker with his bike wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Hogan would always botch that shit somehow. Always. It was like he was cursed. But Austin, man, anything he drove, he could have brought a helicopter to the fucking ring and it would landed perfectly. He was a hell of a fucking entrance, man. Every single time. I don't know what it is. He just makes an entrance.
Well, the number one show on this list.
Number one.
This is number one.
Numero
to me,
uno.
this In Your House will never be topped. And believe it or not, it was a short card. It only had 5 matches. But the one match, the main event match, went like 30 and change. Like it went for most of the show.
Probably why they had a short show.
To me, it's not only the greatest main event in Your House history, but it's one of the greatest main events that has ever existed. And not just because of the teams, but because of where they were. We're talking about being in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the Saddle Dome.
You didn't do it right. Calgary, Alberta. No, we didn't do
Calgary,
the pause.
dramatic pause.
Wow, we suck.
Yeah, wait.
We drank quite a bit
it's
too, though.
Calgary, dramatic pause, Alberta, Canada.
This is 2 dudes from New York trying to be Canadian.
No, but the quote came. Oh no, they come from the Canadian. Right?
We apologize. We don't want to wage war with you guys. We didn't mean any of this.
Son, bring it.
Whoa, hockey sticks are coming.
That's all right. That's
hey,
fine.
buddy.
Got their hockey stick right here.
Don't call me
him.
buddy guy. Hey, guy, buddy.
This pay-per-view had the greatest main event of all time here. One of the greatest main events of all time, where we were in Calgary, dramatic pause. Alberta, Canada, in the Saddle Dome, July 6, 1997, building up to the big SummerSlam coup de grace. We have our main event of the Hometown Hart Foundation.
Which is so awesome.
Bret Hart, Brian Pillman, the British Bulldog, David Boy Smith,
They're the good guys.
Jim Neidhart, and Owen Hart, the heels coming in as the super duper ultra baby faces against Team WWE here, Ken Shamrock, Goldust, the Legion of Doom, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Poor Stone Cold, man. Really, it's like, really? They couldn't give him anybody else?
Besides Gold. Well, at the
Besides
time,
any of those people?
besides any of them.
Any of them. Any of them. Shamrock was squashed. He's done. Poor Goldie. He's dealing with bullshit.
Yeah, this
Legion
was
of
just
crap.
before the Marlena deal. So
This was all sad times.
I love when
man.
Goldust tried to be the leader. You remember when he was trying to be the leader of the team and trying to corral all that talent there. The match itself, if you want
And not to badmouth Goldust, I'm a huge fan. Just it took a while for him to really get into. I liked when he became a farce. When he became a
the
farce,
artist formerly known as Goldust.
I liked when he was starting to become all that. Then all of a sudden he got electrocuted and when he was. Oh my god! Dude,
he was funny though. It was funny.
wonderful, wonderful. Then add that with his wrestling. You got a character, man.
Well, this is pre-funny Goldust. This is
Yeah.
serious balls to the walls, borderline homosexual. Legion of Doom, kind of on that entail you were just describing.
So sad.
Yeah. And Ken-
Animal was still
and Ken
into it.
Shamrock.
Just Hawk was like
And of course, Ken Shamrock. The cherry on
the
this.
British bulldog, Ken Shamrock.
The British Bulldog Ken Shamrock. What?
'Cause that's who he became of the In Your
Oh, yeah, he
Houses.
did.
He kind of replaced the British Bulldog.
did.
Who was in that match? They
this
probably
was both in
eliminated each other.
This was at their peak. This was the build-up. Remember, Shamrock fought Bulldog the next month at SummerSlam.
That's so depressing.
the dog food match where they had like the loser
Of
had
course.
to eat Alpo.
Sure, because that's what should happen between the two of them.
Of course, Davey had
Because
to
there
eat it.
is no championship belt for either one of them. There's only dog
False.
food.
That match was for the European title.
Yeah, dog food.
Dog food.
Lose-lose
Excrement.
situation.
Yeah, so this match itself, though, if you want to learn how to do a proper multi-man tag match, guys, this is the way to do it right here.
Well, you have a true family in there. This is ridiculous.
Oh, and then we got the
This
debuts
is-
of Natalia, the debuts of Tyson Kidd and Teddy Hart and Davey Boy Jr. here. How they all came into the ring at the end as children. That's when they invited like Stu Hart. They carried
They were
his
so
decrepit-
bad. They were terrible at that.
They were like, sympathize with us. They had their whole family, dude, all the hearts. And you see Steve like trying to provoke Bruce for no reason. He's flipping
that's
them
the
off.
best.
It's just,
But the
it's
best is
outlandish
Jerry
shit.
Lawler all the time. Just
laying
there's
into the Hart
anything,
family tree.
Anything that has to do with the Hart family, Jerry Lawler needs to be there.
At all times.
Every funeral, every wedding,
My-
every single thing.
My favorite Jerry the King Lawler quote: "Ever since I've seen the Hart family tree, I've wanted to chop it down." Like, oh my god!
Oh man, he's done the ugly tree. She's hit every branch.
Yeah,
Oh my
all that
god, the
stuff.
old Martha
old,
jokes.
Yeah, old Martha.
Oh man, look at Stu. Is he alive there? Oh man,
He was a savage when it came to the Hearts.
I'm sure he used to eat dinner with them a million times. But
Oh,
like,
no, yeah,
the jokes out of him are. I mean, you
Old
can't.
school Jerry Lawler said was the best.
I wish they would uncuff him.
yeah,
I wish he
yeah.
get signed. I
Dude,
wish he would go to
I
AEW.
promise you,
or
the guy who
whoever
came
else.
up, the guy who had a feud with Jake Roberts and managed to get not only a full feud out of Jake physically, but the whole deal with the alcohol and all that shit, like as gruesome and as gory as Jerry could get. I mean, talk about handcuffs, man. Woo,
I'm
that
sure
guy's-
Jerry got a lot of punches to the face with that quick tongue, dude.
That guy is
He's got a
sharp.
quick, dangerous tongue.
Yeah, he's sharp.
Woo! I love you, Jerry.
So, are there any moments that I missed? Anything on your list of things you'd like to discuss? Here? That's my list there. That's my
Just
top 10.
you know, through going because my memory is the worst, man. I can't remember all this stuff. My brain is damaged. But throughout going to prep throughout this, I just found it really, really cool that we got to see the beginnings and the core of the Attitude Era being made.
With the In Your House
Oh
pay-per-views, yeah.
man, I mean, Undertaker was born out of it. Not out of In Your House, but here he really got out of the character eventually because there was a lot of cheesy dead man stuff here. The Buried Man Alive, the
Yeah,
Purple
he's got
Gloves.
a few casket matches in it.
Yeah, man.
A lot of the gimmick stuff was done.
There's a
in it.
lot of that stuff, but you know, there's got to be a place where you trailblaze your legend. So these were good good places. He's not going to do it on WWF's superstars.
Yeah.
So this was a good place to get it out and get it going, get him a legend. But I found it really cool to see the beginnings of Triple H. How he was just losing. All of a sudden, picks it up, getting win here, there, all these in your houses. Bret Hart really doing his work. A lot of work goes into in your houses. Not a lot of star-studded things.
So the
not
ideal was to
Pam
carry
Andersons.
you. Yeah. The deal was to bridge you from big pay-per-view to big pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. There was
Still
a lot
gotta
of
produce.
There was a lot of small storytelling. There was a lot of good stuff there. You got Vader, Shawn Michaels. Where the hell are you seeing that? That's a top WCW guy versus Shawn Michaels, a top WWE guy. Where did Vader come from before that? Was he NWA or AWA?
Before leading into that run in '96,
Into WCW.
He was.
Was he
was in
NWA?
WCW before that. Was he ever NWA? I don't even know.
Because I think that's pretty cool if you got an NWA guy against AWA guy, WWE guy versus WCW guy eventually, and they had a hell of a battle, man.
Well, Vader. I mean, the name, like the fear behind the gimmick, started. I mean, it gained its most momentum in All Japan.
Oh,
when he was doing the deal over in All Japan, right?
But that really helped give another one.
When
We're
he got
talking
to
about the
WCW
giants
full-time, and then,
that Shawn Michaels had to go through. I mean, that was a great giant, and that was an in your house.
Yeah, but Shawn caught a lot of flack for that feud. Well, the other way around, actually.
Well,
Shawn caught flack down the line based on how he acted during that time period, but Vader ate most of the heat for that whole run or whatever. Apparently,
you got a young guy scared, and you got this big fucking man.
Vader's not snug. Vader is stiff.
That's saying it lightly.
Yeah, that's me being nice.
He's a real stiff freaking man. How is he not like a champion for 20 years?
The
That's
Andre
a
run,
champion,
right? And it wasn't just like the way he worked too. Like his athletic ability was through the roof.
His character was through the roof. Yeah. That was an AJ Styles before AJ Styles, a serious athlete.
Him and Jim Cornette was money.
Jim Cornette should have never left him.
I don't think it was his choice.
Yeah,
if you listen to the podcast, he was like pulled in a lot of directions during those years.
Be pulled, but stick with your money, like how Paul Heyman stick with the Brock. You could add Jim with Vader.
I think there were another casualty of the Shawn Michaels deal. Because Shawn Michaels got a lot of people fucked up back in those days. You were in the scene and then you were not in the scene, just like that.
Vader, man.
Yeah, that Randy
but
Orton
meanwhile,
Sid
got everything he got. That's ridiculous.
Because I don't think he was able to
that
pull
should
the
have been
shit.
Vader.
I don't think he was able to pull the shit on Sid that he pulled on Vader. Vader's kind of I don't want to say powder puff, but he was a good dude. Like, he wasn't really trying to make waves. Sid will fuck you up. Sid will cut you, literally. He will literally cut you. You can ask Arn Anderson about that shit. He will literally cut you. Or the other way around, too. It's like, he will literally fucking kill you. It's like, Shawn's not pulling that shit on Sid. They call him Psycho for a reason.
That's sad.
When there's smoke, there's fire.
So Vader has to threaten to kill somebody to get a belt.
Well, listen, hey. I mean, I don't even know if it was about a belt. Even if there was no belt.
Same argument with Farouk. Farouk should have been a champion somewhere in there.
Listen, we can have a conversation about black champions all fucking day.
It's not even about black champions. It's about the champion. He belonged with Brett and Shawn at that time. He was one of those dudes. And that's the guy The Rock should have taken the belt off of.
Yeah, I think so, too. I actually think that's the perfect... Yes, Farouk should have been the one to drop the belt to the thing. My thing was this, is that you picked him up from WCW because he was the first ever African-American World Heavyweight Champion. You picked him on purpose to come in and portray this gimmick. The gimmick didn't work out. But the point of the gimmick, I know people laugh at the blue shit and the helmet and all that stuff. The point of the gimmick is that they were going to push him as a monster guy. They wanted him to be a big-time star. They eventually did, but the plan was always to do that. People think that they were trying to shit on Farouk.
The only thing they didn't do was give him the belt. That was the only thing they didn't do.
And I think their chance came... King of the Ring when Farouk fought the Undertaker, that one match, that one singles match. That should have been it right there.
Should have been it.
Because you could have still had the
right
program.
guy to beat the Undertaker. Right. That's the right guy.
Especially with that gimmick at that time. Yeah, it would have been huge for him.
Power.
That was their window right there. Because you could have still run that continuously. You didn't have to stop it.
And instead of that
there.
stupid picture, giving The Rock a picture of The Rock to Farouk, it would have been for the belt. It would have all been for the belt. And that would have been awesome. Farouk versus Bret the Hitman Hart.
That would have worked.
Brett
Bret
that would have been
sick,
dude. That would have been crazy.
I think people sleep on how good Ron really was. I really do. I think it's really underappreciated.
Guys like I feel like they really buried the WCW guys. were going back-to-back WCW guys, except for Psycho Sid. Who was really...
Sid bounced around.
Again, you keep saying he's going to stab somebody, but...
I'm not saying.
He will.
He will. It's not because I'm saying.
You will. My finisher is stabbing you. Wasn't that just a new thing? Didn't somebody bring a gun to the ring recently? And that was his thing.
Bringing a gun.
I'm going to shoot you. Okay, I submit to your gun.
If an indie guy can find a way to Canadian destroyer into a gunshot, don't give him any fucking ideas, will you please? Don't encourage these pricks for some of the shit these people do. I've seen amazing shit. You saw the video of the guy who lit himself on fire for a splash?
My man, why?
What are we doing?
Do you really want to do that,
What are we talking about?
Do you really want to do that, man? Oh, God. He's on fire.
Yeah. He wasn't. I don't even think the fire made it all the way from the bump.
It's not even NBA Jam like. It's not even a part of the gimmick. You just lit yourself on fire.
Yeah, for real. For realsies.
That's not even an insurance thing. Who's covering that? Even if you had the best insurance stuff. Sir, you lit yourself on fire and you jumped off a ring outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have coverage for that?
Yeah. It's in the fine print, is it not? Is it not in the fine print?
Can you please leave my office, sir? What if I set myself on fire now?
Yes.
Please leave.
Will you pay me then?
We didn't pay you for that in the first place. Jeez.
Oh, God. Listen, we're done with the top 10 stuff. Now we're just spitballing at this point.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
We're just sitting here shooting the breeze here. Let's go ahead and shoot the breeze. You just told me before we went on the air, because I definitely wanted to bring it up, because not only do you follow the WWE stuff, which we just spent about an hour on, but you follow other wrestling promotions as well. One of your favorite promotions, other than WWE, is...
Oh, it's Evolve, but everyone's probably going to chuckle at that because they're so plugged in. But I loved Evolve since 2011.
You did. We've got video footage of that. We've got evidence.
Well, what led me into that was some of the other indie stuff. I mean, used to go see 2KW. Shout out, love those guys.
Okay.
Used to go see the Ace guys, which tied into there. And I used to love that. But then, I found how did the hell I find Evolve? I don't even know. Probably through a former friend of mine, big tall moron, piece of shit motherfucker. Anyway, went to go see Evolve shows in BB King's,
right?
And it was incredible. It was just Larry Dallas, dude. This cat, you don't get. He's doing a little bit busted up radio and stuff like that, but you don't hear from him too much, which is such a shame because he used to bust his ass for that promotion. I used to go early. Because I had nothing else to do. What the hell? Right. Go early.
What the hell?
I'd see this cat bring down the ring. All the way in this curled... It was really hard to get down the steps. So all those guys, but especially him, he'd pop out for a cigarette and then start selling tickets. Then he'd go down, put his outfit on, and start selling more tickets. Then you'd find out he'd be like the face of the show. This cat was awesome, and to see everybody, they were so nice. You see Rich Swann come out and talk to everybody, shake everyone's hand. They're a lovely group, and they're still around, man. They're all still around, and it's cool. They're half split, if you notice. You got the Swans, Ethan Pages, the Jimmy Jacobs, who was huge back then. All those guys kind of split off to the Impacts, so they weren't a failure at all. They kind of stayed together on the other side. Right now, it's Evolve. Everything's Evolve. Everything's Gabe. It's really, really interesting to see how they've all branched out and, for lack of a better word, evolved into what wrestling is today. And that Evolve group that broke off, that isn't with the WWE, has sharpened up Impact Wrestling. Look how sharp they got, man. They're real good. They're real solid, nice and simple, because that's what Evolve does. Nice and simple. They don't sprinkle all this craziness. We were just talking about all those gimmick matches with Vince and the Count. That's WWF to the extreme. You have to earn those spots. You got to learn to get there, and that's why we have an NXT. And that's what was great. There was a middle part where Triple H realized that how are we going to transition these guys into ours? And there's got to be a bridge. And Evolve and NXT have become that really cool bridge, and it's been fun to see. I mean, really, guys like Drew Gulak, how he's going to be even bigger than what he's doing right now. He's learning character. before when I used to go see him with Catch Point, man, he was tapping people out. He
Yeah.
was,
I
dude.
miss Catch Point.
Oh, Catch Point. They were great, man. You still get a couple of guys around. Who else you got there? Fred Yehai, he's not really with the company anymore. He's still doing real good. But a lot of the Evolve guys, Johnny Gargano, Dean Ambrose.
Hopefully.
Homicide right now. Anybody remember? He was with Evolve.
Homicide's been with the beginning of every company that's ever existed ever.
And they always they disrespect the guy. Dude, I got to see him run a class at the old school Ludus that used to happen.
Yes.
And man, were you there for that at all? For
Yes,
his
that was the day
class?
that he also chained with Tony Mama Luke.
Dude, they were incredible. That chain wrestling thing he did with his chin
That
and
shit popped the
everything.
whole room, yeah.
Guys listening, you guys don't understand how amazing Homicide is. They don't give him his opportunity because he has a raw character. If you find a place for his raw character, you're going to see William Regal like wrestling. This man knows his craft. And we got to see a hell of a show with that, man. The way he was bending the arms, bending the elbow with his chin, laughing, cracking. This is all before we saw Zack Sabre Jr. Not to say that British wrestling was, here, that we haven't seen it. But to see Homicide be that deep and that deep with his arsenal, and nobody's
wrestled
given a
around
guy
the
like
world,
that.
like, you know what I
and
mean?
we're talking that's Evolve. That's Evolve Wrestling. I used to see him versus Johnny Moxley / Dean Ambrose.
Whatever happened, because Fox used to be there a lot. AR Fox.
Which one? He's there now.
He's back now. Because for a while he wasn't there for
I don't want to talk shit, man, but I'm not a fan. I just saw him recently, and I'm not a fan, and I was yelling and screaming because he was fighting Anthony Henry, who's incredible. But I was screaming for Anthony Henry because this cat is serious. Serious. I feel like AR, it's very floppy still. It's very not sharp.
Okay.
Ba, 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 ba. This Anthony Henry, he showed him, if anything, you know what, I'll give AR credit. The people he's training, the Skulk, they're excellent.
Okay.
So whatever he's training, these guys are doing it. He's not. So that bothers me when I see him up for these like championships
sometimes when
and
you
stuff.
train guys, they're able to accomplish more or be able to do more than their trainer
he's
does.
training hell of a group. This group that I got to see a couple of weeks ago, they're great. I wish I could remember their names off the top of my head. I'm bad with it.
That's fine.
But they're really good if I'm going to give him any credit. But AR Fox is around. I mean, it was funny because I remember him running with Ricochet. I think he was bigger than Ricochet for a little bit.
He's not the biggest guy.
Well, he was
I mean,
nothing.
he's built like a god.
Remember, he wasn't built at all. He was not built without and long hair. He was like a different kid, dude. I remember
he looks
all
like
that.
a specimen right now.
Dude, he flew by Swerve. Swerve, I remember seeing Shane Strickland long ago. He flew by all those guys, which is, well, now Strickland's flying by AR, but they're kind of both doing their thing.
Yeah, Strickland's doing some big things right now.
Yeah. Well, he was just messing with Evolve also, but we'll see. He's got to, in my opinion, I think he's got to get his character up, but, it all depends where you're going. That's why it's nice that they travel around, get a little something different and everything.
WrestleMania.
Well, it's my age every year. So we are family. We are like twins.
I think I got a year on Mania.
Every time.
I got to be 36.
Because I never remember my age. So I'm like, what WrestleMania is it? Oh, 35. Hey, not too
I'm
bad.
a year ahead.
Nice. See, that's how you got to measure life. I mean, I have good memories, bad memories, because some of them are stale, some of them are awesome, some of them are spotty.
Yeah, you and I have argued 1,000 times online about certain WrestleMania.
I mean, the best one was either what's it called? Well, because that the one that got me really into wrestling was Randy Savage and Ric Flair.
Okay.
That was a ridiculous wrestling match. Told a story. There was blood. There was Elizabeth. There was everything.
I just love the fact that you were motivated by a match from WrestleMania 9.
Dude, that was a great one.
9 was a great one? It's looked at as kind of the opposite. This is the Hoosier
it's not that. It's like looking at like old toys and saying, "Wow, you played with that toy." But when I was a kid, that was bigger to me. It was different. You know, it was the Hoosier Dome. It was bigger. It was a little different. You know, that old Cadillac over there means nothing to you. But man, when I was in that, it feels like so and so. You know, it's just one of those things, like that old T-shirt type mentality. Because a lot of those were stale back then. They weren't as good as one would think. But that was an exciting match. Hogan was still Hulkamania. It wasn't over yet. It was still something there, you know. I mean, I was 9. You know, it was still big. It was still larger than life.
Is it a thing in your household now? Is it a big day?
It wasn't big then because I did most of the videotapes. It's always big now. I mean, if we get Matty Ming to come over or something, we'll make food. We'll put maybe banners sometimes.
No, it's a full-on holiday. In this
We'll
house.
like guess who's gonna win.
Like WrestleMania in my house is above my anniversary, the birth of my son. Like WrestleMania is like cemented as the #1 thing. Like my family takes a full-on break from fucking with me on this one gracious day, this holy day of my Sabbath.
This is my Christmas.
It's so hilarious. Like whenever my son starts to get into a mood on WrestleMania, my wife like always gets on him and says, "Hey, it's Daddy's day.
Don't you get it?
Be
It's
nice.
WrestleMania.
It's
a
WrestleMania.
day where everybody loves each other.
That's right. This is our Super Bowl.
Don't you get it?
And I hate the fact that people, like even people who shit on the WWE right now, still when WrestleMania comes around, I think everyone kumbayas. I think everyone puts the fighting down. They put the guns down for a day, and we all hold hands at the wrestling
all the
circle.
time. We could go for another 3 hours on those people. I hate you people. I really do.
We need to kumbaya, man. We all need to get
I
together.
love the WWE.
Both. Love all of it. Love the feeder
Well,
system.
what bothers
love
me
everything.
is they were what you loved a few years ago. It's all of ROH, all of Impact Wrestling, and all your favorite independent
it's
guys
the hot
in one WWE.
Yeah,
and you're still gonna hate?
Yeah, because it's the general thing. Is everyone loves the underdog story until he's no longer the underdog. They love taking the trip up. Once you're up, they want you down now.
Yeah.
Because now what happens is you're already up.
This is why
so
The
now
Rock
I have to get on the
turned
next
on
guy
the
up.
people. That's why The Rock turned.
But that's why the most successful people on the planet are people who don't give a fuck about the other side of it. They're just like, this is what I'm doing. They don't worry about that shit.
The ultimate heel.
It's so fickle. People are so fickle.
Cowards.
Ian, listen, brother.
This was wonderful.
Thank you for coming out.
This
here
was
and
wonderful.
dealing with this.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy to have had you on the show. It's going to be a very interesting episode 75.
Oh, nice.
Very interesting.
It's the old man 75, the geriatric number 75. Welcome.
There it is. And hopefully you'll be back around. Maybe we'll do a WrestleMania roundtable that you could
Oh, that'd be
attend.
awesome. Can this thing come to Forest Hills somehow? Jeez.
You know what?
Throw it into a book bag?
It can. It can. I've traveled with this equipment
We could do this
before,
at like some kind of bar then.
That would be
Live.
very interesting. Listen, don't put it past me. You never know. Although a live WrestleMania roundtable, actually, it wouldn't be a bar. Now that I think about it, maybe let's go ahead and talk
Live
about
at
it live.
Action Burger.
What if we did a live WrestleMania roundtable? Because I
that'd
could
be
do
fun.
that. I can do that. Actually,
There'd be a lot of silent moments though, because we'd be watching a little bit. You
no,
know?
not live reaction. We'll do it live, like I don't know, like before the takeover or something, like leading into the WrestleMania.
Didn't we do that?
No, not live. We've never done anything live. I've only done one live show, and I was by myself.
Oh, that type of live.
Live, dude.
Live.
Yes. Click this, call this number, check this web link to
Do you
see
guys
us
hear
live.
this? He's
type
getting
deal.
dangerous.
Listen,
Live.
A live WrestleMania roundtable. I'm liking
You're
that
going to put Matty
idea.
Ming live?
Why not?
Because
I want to put the both of you.
we won't
fuckers.
survive.
No.
We'll get swatted. That's what's going to happen. All of a sudden, the SWAT team's going to come in.
Yes,
And then you're going
I
to see
think a live-
LOL.
I think a live. Let me look at them. Like, hold on a second. Let's do the mathematics here for just one quick second.
Beep,
I'm,
boop, boop, boop,
I'm still recording. Just
Oh,
give me
look at
1
this.
second.
You should see this mathematics.
Because
Beep.
I need to figure it out fully. So here
He's
we
got
go.
a calculator out.
So this episode is going to air February 6th. All right, so that's 75.
And then carry the
76,
4
77, 78, 79.
with
Hold on.
a third of
80,
baking
81,
soda.
82, 83.
A
I think
dash
83.
of
I think that's it. 83 and the rest of it. Yeah. So my 83rd episode will be the roundtable episode.
83rd. That's the year I was born.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
It sounds ridiculous.
So I'm at the very end. You're in the beginning. I'm December.
I'm in the beginning. I'm February. Yes.
So like my cousin.
So
wow, February. This is February.
That's what I was saying. It's my
Groundhog's
my
Day.
birth month. Me and my son's sure birthday.
Wow.
He was reminded of. He was not the same day. I was 25. He was 27. My wife went into labor on my birthday.
But then you kind of lose a day there. That's like having Christmas in your
Listen,
birthday.
when it syncs up, when my birthday is Friday and his is Sunday, that Saturday is the fucking turn.
Oh my God.
It's right in the middle, baby.
That you could take a whole month off for that.
I would need to because of all the alcohol I would be consuming.
Wait till he's older and he could join in.
I know.
That's
I
gonna
can't
be-
wait to get drunk with my son. That is the absolute truth.
That's going to be a new T-shirt that you could purchase shortly.
Big old little old
and,
drunk shirts. Ian, thank you so much for being here for this
Thank
episode,
you
dude.
very
75th
much for
episode.
having
This is
me.
a
I'm
fun time for
humbly
me. This
impressed.
is literally the drunkest I've ever been
This
for
is
one of these
wonderful.
episodes. So, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for downloading. Thank you guys for sharing. And, of course, thank you guys for enjoying episode 75. Nostalgia territory, buddy.
Yes, number 75. Hey.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one listening to this show. What shirt are you wearing? It doesn't matter. It's trash. It's a terrible shirt. You should tear it off right now and be ashamed of yourself. You need to go buy my shirt, AJ Orsini's shirt, the official Orsini's Uncensored Mind t-shirt. How can you get this shirt? I'm glad you asked, you big dummy. All you need to do is go to prowrestlingtees.com/AJOUM and buy the shirt. It's gray with a good logo on it. It's a beautiful thing. You need to buy it for yourself and your family and your friends. Stocking stuffers, under the tree. I don't care what you do. You can wash your car with it. You can use it as a bookmark. It's a dumb bookmark, but you can use it as a bookmark. I don't care what you do with it. If you're Spanish, you can tear it to pieces and clean your house with it like you always do with those other rags. Maybe you could update your stuff. I don't care what you do it for. Buy the shirt. prowrestlingtees.com/AJOUM.
At my house. Listen to my daddy so. Or see me the extra line.